I got a late jump on my video tonight. TKMR on watch for tomorrow. After hours, you can see what this thing did. Ran from 21 to what? Over 28. Ebola has been confirmed, I think in Dallas, right? So there you go. We had some nice trades in this one recently. Now, up here at 28, I have no idea what to think, if it's a short at the open or it'll certainly be on watch, maybe for the first pullback, but I'll have to see. DGLY just always goes on watch. Now this time though, it's a little different because I'll be looking at see how it handles 15 if it comes down to 15 for support. Remember, this is a low float, a lot of shorts on an intraday basis. Let me zoom in on 5-minute candles here just to give an example of the kinds of things I look for in DGLY. This was the opening 5-minute high today, and then it put in a lower high. And when these sellers came in, I told everybody if these sellers fail, we're going to more than likely rip through the high of the day. Let me draw a line here. We're going to more than likely rip through yesterday's, well, not in that order. Let me get this right. We're going to rip through the high of the day. If we get over this red candle, then we're going to rip through yesterday afternoon's high, right? My mouse is set really fast, so it's not like I'm goofy and can't draw a straight line, but I've got 6 monitors, so I want to be able to span all 6 monitors with a small flick of my wrist, so my mouse is at the fastest setting. Anyway, and then take out yesterday's high. So possible little mini short squeeze is what I was looking for. This is an example of the kinds of calls I make or what I look for in DGLY, and it was in a fairly narrow range today. So my long idea was at 1680, which I called when it looked like this. We always call our trades ahead of time. We don't take a stock and then tell you we just took it. All right, and so 1680 with I think a 1640 stop, and you can see in one candle you took out the high, yesterday afternoon's high, and yesterday's high, and then the next candle went all the way. So it basically went up $1 in about, I don't know, 8 or 9 minutes, and I'm clicking partial sell, partial sell, partial sell, partial sell all the way up, and that was the high of the day. But you know what? That made my day. It was a really nice trade, and that's all I needed. I also had the TKMR. That Zozo called at 2105 right here, and it went straight to 21, almost 2170. Of course, I wish I still had it now, but those were the only 2 trades I took today. I'm trying to be extremely selective and only take trades when I have them, and not overtrade, which a lot of people tend to do. So anyway, the rest of my list, NETE, a little bit of an increased volume and maybe finding support at $2. You had this nice pop here today, and it held up okay. So I just want to watch that for a potential long. There's nothing that pretty about that chart. TRUE, this one is really holding. This green line is actually 60 period moving average, but it almost mirrors the 50-day. It's been holding the 50-day. And if I switch to 15-minute candles, it's kind of a weird thing. You see a lot of spikes in this one though. And so what I'm looking for, you got some resistance at 1850, and then you can kind of picture a little, a little tightening range there that it's trying to break out of to the upside. So I'm actually looking at this for a potential long tomorrow. So even though when you look at the daily chart, it's kind of just stuck in a range, that one is kind of landed on my radar with recent volume. GDOT just goes back on watch today. It came down, touched the 8-day, just goes back on bounce watch after that big move about a week ago. CREG, very low priced, not that compelling, but if it can turn before it gets down to 114-ish, it could be putting in a higher low here. So I don't love that, but this volume, it has me a little bit captivated. This volume spike and then this one. So if it can hold, this one could make a move higher one of these days. It doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. Fuel, F-U-E-L, had this popped yesterday, and then today just a quiet day. It was already on watch. Take today's candle out of it. It was already on watch today for a potential long. Never broke yesterday's high, never gave me a trigger. But now it's on watch. Sometimes you get the pop, a little pause day on lower volume, and then the next move. So want to keep fuel on watch. RADA, kind of the same deal. You had the pop. Now today you might have had the quiet lower volume day, and then you might get the 3rd day pop. So only with a proper setup. DSKY, really like if it gets down to 16. There's not a lot of chart to go on, but this was kind of the IPO low area. and it went all the way to 26 and is working its way back down. So I've already got alerts set on my platform. If this gets near 16, I'm going to watch that for an intraday turn. That is DSKY. And then LVS, Las Vegas Sands, really holding 60 well. I mean, not very hard to see it. You don't really need a line there. And then you've got great volume on this bottom here. And then again today. So, I mean, the casinos look like they're trying to bottom. So I want to watch LVS. You know what? It made a big move today. If you look at the range of the day, the low was basically 59 and the high basically 63. So, you know, it made a pretty big move already and hit the 20-day. But the fact that it's holding 60 so well, you know, it failed at the 20-day here, but a nice base. So you've got good support, good volume. I'm looking for a push, you know, sometime, maybe not tomorrow, sometime later this week above this area. And it could even, if that happens, it could even be a good swing trade from there. And you know what? That's enough. I'm running late tonight. That's what we're going to start the list with. We'll find other stuff to trade as well. So I'll quit while I'm ahead or quit while I'm behind, whatever, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. Have a good night.